Hi everyone, I wanted to make a quick and easy to follow video for drifting setup if and when you are using the CSL direct drive system for Forza Horizon 5. So in this video I'll show you the settings and we'll drive around a bit. Let's go. So when we're talking about drift settings, we're talking about three different settings menus. The first one is in the Fanatec control panel app, which you get from the Fanatec website, and we'll start with that. Then you have to look at your difficulty settings in Forza Horizon 5. These are the in-game settings, and also the advanced control options in Forza Horizon 5. Once all of these three areas where you change settings get working in harmony together, you have a better experience with drifting. It's as simple as that. So in this video, without wasting too much time, I just wanted to show you the settings that I'm currently using to get my CSL direct drive system to work effortlessly in terms of drifting in Forza Horizon 5. So let's look at the Fanatec control panel. Woo! Look at that. Okay, Fanatec control panel settings. Here we go. So this is the Fanatec control panel, and I'll show you my tuning menu here, where I have a few different setups already kind of set up. Setup 2 is what I use for Forza Horizon 5 drifting. So sensitivity is your wheel turning radius, which is 750 degrees right now. The force feedback strength is 100. Force feedback scale is at peak. Natural damper is down to 9%. Natural friction is off, so is natural inertia. And then the other setting we change is the force feedback interpolation filter, which is brought all the way down to 4. Force feedback intensity stays at 100, so does force effect strength. And then the last two things we turn off, which are the spring effect and the damper effect strengths. Just to show you the difference, here's what the auto setup looks like. The sensitivity is left to auto, so I guess whenever you're playing the game, whatever the in-game settings are that are ideal, it'll probably adjust according to that. Force feedback strength is 100. They still have peak, but their natural damper is higher in the default auto settings at 50%. The friction and inertia are off here too, but then again, the force feedback interpolation filter is higher to 11. And finally, the last two settings, the spring effect strength and the damper effect strength, are also at 100%, which we brought down all the way to basically 0. We turned them off completely. So now I'm only going to name the things that I changed from the auto setup. I only changed, number 1, the sensitivity to 750 degrees. Number 2, I changed the natural damper to 9%. And number 3, I changed the force feedback interpolation filter down to 4 from I think 11. And then the very last two settings I completely turned off: the spring effect strength and the damper effect strength. Those are the 5 things that I changed, and in all of those instances I brought the numbers down basically. So the in-game settings we're going to look at are the difficulty settings and the advanced control settings. So in the difficulty setting, this is what we have. We have driving assist preset on custom. Steering is simulation. Shifting is manual. The main thing that we changed here is the steering. We changed it to simulation. Traction and stability controls were turned off for drifting. Shifting obviously is manual, and driveline is there. Everything else I think is pretty much untouched. Now let's go down to the advanced controls. So here I'm just going to share with you the things that I've changed. So the first thing that I've changed here is I've brought down the deceleration axis dead zone to 90 instead of 100. Then we skip ahead to vibration scale, which is 0.3, force feedback to 0.6, center spring scale to 0.6, and the wheel damper scale to 0.6. We also changed the mechanical trail scale to 1.3 and the force feedback minimum force to 1.1. For road feel scale and the off-road feel scale, we brought those numbers down to 0.8. So really the only things we're changing here for drifting using the Fanatec CSL direct drive system are the deceleration axis dead zone outside. We're changing the vibration scale, the feedback scale, the spring scale, the center spring scale, the wheel damper scale, the mechanical trail scale, and the force feedback minimum force. Everything else is pretty much standard, but A lot of people end up changing road feel skill and off-road feel skill, so you don't have to change that, but changing it might smoothen out the experience even more because you'll feel a little bit of less information coming from the road. So now that we have our drift set up both on the Fanatec control panel as well as the in-game settings, let's go ahead and drift around a bit and see how it goes. There we are. Let's see what kind of speed we can muster. Oh yeah. Alright, drifting right up. We just landed and we're good to go. Bring it. Okay, so you can see how it goes. Okay, the steering wheel pretty much does most of the work. You just have to get used to how much to turn, and for that each car, you know, is different. But for this Lambo, it feels like I don't have to turn very much. Okay. Okay, and throttling too. I don't have to do a lot of that here. It looks like only when it's slow I have to do it, but here, for example, didn't really have to. We can pick up some speed here, turn. Flames and all. Very, very nice. So you can see with the e-brake, it's a pretty good setup for this car. I think the Super drives really, really nice with this. Maybe I'll switch to that in a second. Lamborghini is more of a challenge. But drift's pretty good. No complaints. It's aggressive on its own, so it has a lot of power. So you just have to be careful with that and utilize that correctly. Very nice. Okay. That felt fun. There you go. We got it. We got it. Racking up those points. Look at that. Driving sideways, baby. All day. Very, very nice. Oh, now I know why I favorited this car. Yeah, just like a champ. The steering works perfectly. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. I can still feel like I have the car under me. I still feel like I have the grip, like I could feel the grip of the tires. That's what I like about this setup that we use, both for the in-game settings and the Fanatec control panel. You still get the feeling of the wheel, like there's tension. It's not a completely dead wheel, because sometimes in some settings, that while I was trying to learn about the different settings, some settings that were recommended by people just dampen the wheel a whole lot. And you know, you could dampen the wheel a whole lot, and then you could turn up the center spring and the force feedback, and that might make the wheel spin very fast and, you know, try to recenter very quickly, and that might give the illusion that you know, it's a very comfortable setup, but then you lose out on a lot of the feeling of the road. With this setup, I feel like I still feel when I'm losing traction. I still feel, you know, a few bumps here and there. Yeah, like right now I just got off the road and I felt that, and the wheel still centers pretty well. It could be faster, but I think it's a happy medium that we found with these settings. So that's what I recommend. Let me know what you think about this. If you need more help, leave your questions and comments in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer your questions. If you have other ideas or other setups that you think work really well with the CSL direct drive system, please share those also. I'm always looking to figure out better ways to get more enjoyment out of the drifting experience in Forza Horizon 5, especially because it's the game I like the most. And yeah, if you got any ideas, feedback, tips, drop them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.